Do 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 do. I like that song. Oh, here it is. All together now. We're gonna be singing. Oh yeah. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. You know what? Enough of that. Enough of that nonsense singing stuff. Let's play the proper one. I'm going to do that every single night. I like it popping. Poppity pop, pop, pop. Oh. I just had to do a wee bit of singing to John Denver. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch my mic off and slap my children around a bit. Good evening. I hope you're all well. If you're watching this back on YouTube, give a little like as well. Yes. Okay. So we are here. We are live on YouTube and Facebook tonight, and I've had a bit of fun today, doing all the streamlining of my videos, for the morning coffee show, the morning coffee show. I have now done all this. What's it called again? What the hell is it called? When you make it all really cool with tags and everything conforms to what it's supposed to be. Anyway, they've got all the morning coffee show videos now have a nice thumbnail. They have all the tags are correct. They've all got pretty cool things. And we, as well, our technical geniasio, Mr. Barry, if he's on just now, thank you, Barry, okay, has made a website for us, www.radioapocalypse.live. Hiya, Shady, how are you? So we have this new website, which will be under construction. And thank you, Barry, for building that. Barry, let's give Barry a round of applause. Yes, if I had a little jingle, I would be quite happily saying, hey, Barry, you would be having a round of applause jingle. We can't see my hands clapping. Hold on, let me go around the mic. Yay for Barry. www.radioapocalypse.live. We will be having everything feeding into there for the links that go out to different parts of things that we do, a feed for the latest live show. Any affiliates and merch will go through there. Everything that we want to do to build our empire on the brand of Radio Apocalypse. The Mojack's Happy brand is something I will do by the side, but I have got a couple of really cool people that will keep the Radio Apocalypse brand moving forward in the direction that it should be. And Barry's one of them. Another person that's very good at helping is sitting in the green room just now. That is Cognac. I'm going to give him a wave. He can see me and I can see him. I'm going to bring in just a minute, brother. Okay, I'm just going to do my intros and everything for this. So today I did a video, a 1 minute long video was finally finished, and I uploaded it to YouTube and put it on my Facebook, put it on my Instagram, sent it around the world to lots of people via various different methods of social media. And as a result of just that video, let's have a quick update on the old Tube of You. Because no, we don't want that. Thank you. Let's see. Go to no. That's the John Denver song we were singing as a karaoke style. So I could let this go to. No, we want to go to my channel. There we go. My channel. No, no. YouTube. Come back, YouTube. There we go. Brilliant. Right. My channel. So I started off today with 84 subscribers. I'm just a tiny stream compared to lots of other people. But within about an hour of dropping that video and asking people to come and have a wee look, it increased. And it increased by now to 109 different subscribers. I am over the moon. I have broken 100 in YouTube. That's a big ass milestone for me, because it shows you that a bit of effort when you want a bit of growth, when you want to do something positive, is not too difficult to do if you do it right and you do it without ego and you do it, in a polite, concise fashion. So I want to say to anybody that watches this video back, that is one of those new subscribers on the 17th of the 4th, 2020, thank you so very much. You have no idea how that made me feel. It really did. It was great. And the video itself, where are we? The video now, which I dropped about 10 hours ago, has had 181 views. And that again is down to everybody that, picked up the video, went with it, has shared it on Facebook, has told their friends and family. We have gone from 84, so it's 94, 104. That's like 25. It doesn't seem a lot to people, but that's me. I increased the amount of people, the traffic coming into the channel by 25% today. So thank you so much. And we have quite a few people. We've got 3 people in YouTube just now and 2 in Facebook. Please say hello, and we will always interact with you. We're quite a friendly bunch here. And look at my lights tonight. Look at the lights behind me. I had this set up. It was almost like a pyramid going up above my head. Oh, Illuminati. Bit of a subtext there. Let's bring Cognac in and say hi to the man from
Hi,
California.
everybody.
Good. Whoa. Oh God, my volume is so goddamn loud. Hold on a minute, man. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm ecstatic. Today's been a good day. That 1 minute video, I actually recorded that video about 2 weeks ago. Okay, and even though it's a minute long, I scripted it. I've got an auto cue app that films me as it scrolls down with what it is, so I can look and engage and not worry about rambling, which I do too much of here on the live stream. Okay, I've got a tendency to go off at a tangent. You don't want to do that when you're making a video, man. You don't want to do that at all. So it was auto queued up, and I must have done about 25 different takes to get through it, because every time I read something wrong, I was like, nah, back to the beginning, over and over again. Finally nailed it. I was really happy with it. Went through all the different versions. What?
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I just gotta
Did
let
you
you
like
know.
it? Ah, thanks. It means a lot.
You had
That means
so the transitions were clean. There was a lot of transitions and a lot of I like visual stimulation during a video. Like and it was not just awesome. I gotta let you know, when it comes to social media, I YouTube is something that I don't even like I don't even have a penny to like it is a hard freaking it is a hard nut. I can't crack that one.
It,
So
it
you,
is.
sir, I freaking that is awesome. That is
You
like
know, my brother is amazing. He's got 68,000 subscribers on his main channel. All right. I only dream to reach 1,000. Okay. I'm going to work very hard over the next 2 months to push and push and push and push and push and aim for 1,000 on YouTube. That's the goal, Cognac. And the video that was put together, would you believe after all those takes, I ended up using the second one that I actually filmed. That's what it was. I did all the different takes, and I ended up thinking, well, the second one was the best one, and it worked out very well. And thank you for the compliments on the sort of like the video sort of on screen in screen type things and everything like that. I did about two different versions with those effects as well, and I didn't like them. That was the third one, and it worked. That one worked the best. The rest were just too damn cheesy. Too damn cheesy. Let's have a little look to see who's in. Equilibrium has turned up. I had a wee look on Discord today and saw that your son had made the same coffee mix that I made this morning live on the stream. Did you see that, Cognac? What I made this morning? Have you looked back on that stream yet? You
was it
need to go.
was it
Not
did you
make
do
it for
the
you
was
one
it
day.
the butter was it buttercup?
It no, it was. It's called Dolgano coffee. All right, it's when you mix equal portions of coffee, sugar, and water, and you whip it up. It starts off as a dark brown, and you whip it up, whip it up, whip it up, and it goes to like this thick, sticky meringue. And you're supposed to stick it on top of milk, but I stick it on top of espresso. So not only are you having the espresso hit, there's no dairy in this at all. At all. You have pure sugar and pure coffee as a layer on top and a very stable foam, and it's delicious. Delicious.
That's delicious. Is that wait? Are you talking about a whip? It's like a whipped creme fresh then instead,
But without the cream, it's got no cream in it. Listen,
but
I'm
no
going to make
cream. Like I know that's why
no,
it's hard to imagine in my head. That was cool.
I
A
am going to
creamless.
make 1 minute video for TikTok and YouTube just making that. No voiceover, just cool music and the technique that I used. And I will tag you in it on TikTok, brother. I will make sure that you get it, which is awesome. My mum is on tonight. My God, I have to behave myself. Grandma Katie, thank you very much for joining us tonight. She found us finally. I was making sure that her notification bell was tagged today on her YouTube app for me. So it is. Right. We are going to get straight on. I've got a few things that we want to talk about. First of all, before we go into it all, let me just bring up the share screen. If we lose this stream, I will come back as quickly as I can, simply because I've got about 6 tabs open with things that I want to show you. Hold on, where's the one?
Master computer.
This is the one we want. Excellent, is it? Yes. Right, cool. Right, excellent. Right, this is our new website. We have our own website now, Cog. This has been developed by our amazing Barry. This is a work in process just now. We had a developer screen up so we could just before it was made public. So it's very simple, very basic, with room to evolve. It's got virtually no graphics, but it's got the layout that we want, which is a nice big screen at the front that people can click onto and watch the latest video. It's got a big warning saying the
That's
site is under
so
construction.
cool.
Yeah, it's got a link into our Discord, it links into my Twitter, and all the links down here as well for us on the social media part of it all. And we're going to have an RSS news feed as well put in. We're going to have all our affiliates. We're going to have all of our partners when we start to put different merch stuff together and so on and so forth. So it's going to be really quite good. Which was great. It's going to look slick, and it's just nice to have something that we can say, hey, go to radioapocalypse.live. You'll get all the links there, which is cool.
That's amazing.
It's good, yeah. It's amazing. Right, so
You're the
Equilibrium
man,
said,
Barry. Sorry.
hey, brother. No,
I said you're the man, Barry.
Barry is the man. He's very good at he's good. Barry and I used to build communities for gaming many years ago, and we did it very successfully. We know that it doesn't get built overnight. It has to be slow, so you have the cool people come in. So you set the ground rules all in. You
Mhm.
need to. Do I need to reload it? Okay, I just got rid of it. Oh my god! Let me just bring it up again. I need
No,
to
it's
bring it up again.
totally.
Oh,
Let's see. So it's a web,
it's
like you can actually get there via URL, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
www dot
domain. It is. It's domain.
it's radioapocalypse.live. Apparently, I need to go and refresh it because he's put something else in. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Oh,
Oh, look at
as the creator, he can just change it at he can change it at will,
well,
huh? At any
yeah.
time.
He's a proper programmer, which is
That's
great.
so
I don't know what I'm missing here, Barry. Is it because it's got because it's got the new thing that's on for tonight, the show. Yay! Look, that's very cool. Right, so yeah, go and have a look at it yourselves. Go and have a look at it yourself. There is an RSS news page. Oh, I'm missing it. Hold on. Where is it? World News. Oh, there it is at the top. Excellent. Right. Okay. Look at that. Right. We will show that. Hold on. We'll bring that back up. It's worth showing. And then we'll get on with the show because otherwise I will be here all day waffling nonsense. And so yeah, so at the top here you have the home part that you would click on to quite happily that has everything that we were looking at before. Scroll down everything, all those links, and then up here in the corner you have an RSS web page, which basically shows the news headlines for Sky, CNN, and BBC World News. So it's a great place for us just to go and have a quick look at anything that we want to on the headlines throughout the world. So it's very useful for the show as a tool that we can look at things. We will use Discord as our main sort of communication point for for other tips and things for people coming in, which will be amazing. And so we'll use the yeah we'll definitely use Discord for that. We're going to make I'll make up a channel for news tips where people can just throw things in and just we then I can go and research it and click on it. If anybody else wants to be a researcher and just join the community and do stuff, we will throw that in there. If there's things you want to keep private, you can message me privately on Discord, and go on from there. All right. So we're slowly building this community. I don't want to go running into things. I want to be able to keep it at a nice, easy, manageable level. I'm going to go and take out a lot of the channels in Discord and just kind of keep the ones that we're going to build them up slowly. And then when we get people saying, can you build a musician's channel? We'll do that. Okay, we might even take the commune name away and just keep it as Radio Apocalypse. This is all an evolution. Okay, it's all an evolution. Right, so who do we have in tonight? I saw Jerry come in. Hi, Jerry. I hope that you've recovered from any birthday celebrations from yesterday. Jerry, just so you know, my mum is also in watching tonight. So say hello to my mum because I know that you know her very well. Shady's here, Equilibrium's here, but may have to go away a bit early. And anybody else that is in Facebook or YouTube land, please just say hello. We like to interact with you. We like to say hiya and see what's going on with you. But we're going to have to start the proper show because that's almost been 20 minutes of me rambling nonsense, Cog. I'm terrible for that. There's Rab. There's Rab. Good to see you, Mr. Rab. I have. Whoa. Sorry. Sorry, let me just take the hangy thing off my microphone. That
See,
there.
you're all good. See, because to my knowledge, you just got a lot of new tech tools to like kind of establish, have fun with, play with. I'd be all over the place, to be honest, myself. I'd be having fun.
It's good. I like to thank people for the work that they do. I like working with Barry because Barry and I are pretty much on the same wavelength. It's similar to you and I, Cognac. I seem to bring people together that I like and enjoy working with, and I feel very positive about that. And that's the direction I want to take the Radio Apocalypse community in. It has to be done properly. I saw there was Martin there as well. Good to see you, Martin. Um, Oh, the website has Mo's head as a favorite icon in the. Yes, thank you. I know it's an ego thing, Barry. Yes, you're allowed to take the Mickey. Okay, listen, let us just get on with the show and start on the COVID Chronicles, and we'll play the jingle and then we'll bring up the news articles for today. Righty ho. So, COVID Chronicles is our specialist sort of starting point where we talk about things that are actually going on in the world to do with the coronavirus. As Corona dies down, we will evolve that into sort of like news headlines which are topical within the world to do with politics or to do with just things which, well, I'm biased, it's to do with me having an interest in the particular things coming up. Right, so we have just now in the UK, all right, 14,576 deaths in hospitals. Okay, now this is a shit thing to talk about. It's not a positive thing, but it's important to highlight this. Okay, just a couple of days ago, we read in the morning show on the newspapers that the line was flattening. All right, the line was coming down, the curve was flattening, and we were getting to a position where it was manageable. But unfortunately, that's not entirely accurate, Cognac. That is not entirely accurate. The death toll has increased again on a daily basis in the UK, and it will not start to decrease until people start to take the isolation more seriously. And we still have people being idiots about it. And it drives me bananas.
We
Bananas.
actually had
Uh-huh.
the other day. Trump gave a speech, and
Mm-hmm.
what he decided to do for this kind of situation then was to actually give all the governors their ability to control their states how they would, instead of him as a mass and try to affect the whole. And so far, I think, well, I like our governor, and the what I heard
Mm-hmm.
today was good, but I think that was actually, hopefully this will play a different role because people might listen to their governor more so. Plus, they have a little more. That gives them a little different kind of control, I guess. I think this will
It's
play
good
out. This might play
that
out better, differently.
it's good that Trump has now decided to basically do that, because just yesterday he was talking about he was the power, he was the end all be all for everything that is going on in America, that it was his way or the highway, that the federal government had the ultimate power. All right. um I did read today as well that he wants to work with the governors. I think somebody's taken him aside and given him a little word in his ear saying, Trump, stop being such a fuckwit. Okay, you're being a dick, Trump. You don't want to be labelled the same as Boris is in the UK. All right, which is the way. But then again, it might not be. But let's just say for just now that what you're saying, okay, and what I read, it matches 100%, and let's just hope that that is going in the correct direction for it. I've got a little video that I want to play just now, Cognag. It's only about 30 seconds long. It's kind of a news article that I found on YouTube that basically sums up. It was just released not that long ago, this one. It's just a little bit of what's going on in the UK. when you look at that, right? When you look at how it's all going over here, um, 300,000 people now tested from when they counted last Friday, or maybe today being Friday, maybe it's from today. That is really positive. 100,000 being tested positive for the virus as well within it. So that's around about a third of those tested are testing positive, which, something it's better to know than not to know, because these people are now taken away from the equation. No, they have to isolate. It doesn't mean they're going to hospital. At least they know that they need to take care of themselves and do the right things. Scotland has a fair whack of deaths. Wales have their own amount of deaths as well. It's a bit of a shame, but it boils down to people wanting to and having to take it seriously. Now, what the government over here has also done, Cog, is where they've put together a vaccine task force. I'm going to have a little rant about this just now. Let me just bring up the article, because we obviously we know what's happening in America with COVID-19, thanks to your amazing sort of like keeping your finger on the pulse of all that. But over here, we have, let me just bring it up. I've just queued it up, and then we want to put us there. That's it. Perfect. Right. So we've got the UK coronavirus live from the Evening Standard. Deaths hit the 14,576 in hospitals as government launches vaccines task force. This to me is why wasn't this done a way back in February? I know that they would have been looking for it, and like you said in your reports as well, there has definitely it goes around the world. People will look at it, develop it, and then pass the information on to different people. I need to stop for a second and say hello to Magnus. Magnus, thank you for joining us from Iceland today. I would love to have you on the show, or any of your friends at some point, and tell me what it's like in Iceland. You don't need to do it tonight. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but anytime you want, you get in touch with me, my friend, and tell me what's happening in Iceland. Even if you just want to give me a report of how things are there, I'll relay it to the world through my little stream here. But back to what we were talking. And good to see you, man. Good to see you, Magnus. I think it's amazing that you've joined us tonight. I like that. That is Rude. Your namesake's here. Yeah, yeah. I know. It's good, eh? Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. My son was named after Magnus's World of Warcraft character. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, that's something special. All right, for me, it's a big ass deal. Anyway, right. Sorry, totally digressing. Totally digressing. How unprofessional. I just like to see people. So, the government has ramped up its mission to find a coronavirus vaccine by creating a cross sector task force. When you read things like this, okay, when you read things like this, it makes you think, oh, look, they're doing something positive. They're doing something good. That's amazing. Why the fuck have they not done them months ago? You know, that's what gets me. Is it's like it's too little, too late, but it's a big deal that needs to be done. It's something that has to be done. It drives me bananas when it takes this long for people in government to get their acts together. It's so annoying, so annoying. But the article continues. It came as Chancellor Rishi Sunak announced that the government's furlough scheme has been extended by another month until the end of June. A leading public health expert has warned that the UK could see up to 40,000 deaths from the outbreak because ministers were too slow to act. Now, we talked about this yesterday as well, last night, how the scientists, the scientific community in the UK were saying we warned about everything to do with this. We should have locked down months ago, and the government didn't take us seriously in the slightest. And because of that, we've got more deaths than we should have, and that's what it's all about. with that. One more little subject on the Corona Chronicles tonight, and then I have got a wonderful thing that shows 35 times people were shown being complete Mongos because of the virus out and about with pictures. It's awesome. I looked through them all. It's hilarious. Um, in America, this I'm going to ask you about this, Cognac. In America, I've read that there's an organization called Liberate, that basically they're protesting against the lockdown and they want the freedom of movement back. They are total, we want our freedom back sort of protesters, and they're out actually protesting, protesting about it all. Have you heard
I
anything about that?
guess that I I do not know much about that.
Okay.
However, that I guess they would be considered a I don't know what you would consider that. Is that what a radical
I
extremist?
would consider them assholes, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
It's like if I were to see people out protesting and trying to convince people it's not as bad as it is,
yeah,
and creating basically those are the people that create weird lies that make it seem so
yeah.
simple when it's really not, and it creates havoc. And I hope that our town is smart enough not to uh, fall for that kind of like that.
Yeah,
That's like
I
shenanarchy.
totally
Shenanarchy.
I,
Yeah, there we go.
shenanarchy. That's a great word. I'm going to use that in a sentence tomorrow. Crazy words by Cognac. Shenanarchy. Use it in a sentence. These assholes that are protesting are totally causing shenanarchy. You know, that's great. We will use that. Um, would you believe, okay, that President Donald Trump has appeared to actually endorse these protests against stringent lockdown measures in several states? In a series of tweets, he has said, liberate Minnesota, liberate Michigan,
Oh,
and then
okay.
liberate Virginia.
Y-
Do you know what I'm talking about now?
yes, and it's purely because he believes that, of course, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, that some states are just not being affected like others. So
Okay.
he thinks that they shouldn't be subjected to those kind of things. But so he's like kind of
Mhm.
he's weird. He's like an on the fencer, He'll so he's give the governors control, but he's gonna, of course, help the people that are in the states that have like almost no thing going on at all
Yep.
into kind of a slow economical boost over time.
Well, do you know something? These states that might not have too much of the corona going on are not feeling the same thing. They probably have bigger expanses of
But
open land,
but
maybe a less of a population. I don't know. I don't know how that works, right?
it's just what
But
I'd be scared of is like the moment that you falter,
yeah, it's
that's
a
when
house
it
of cards,
is.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a
All it takes.
complete house of cards.
They said it takes the full statistic in China was that it took one person to start the infection of 70,000. So it takes one
Yeah,
to make 70,000 is
and they
in the
find
grand
that
scheme.
the average person that is that has the virus, that's carrying the virus, will infect at least 3 people, and by the time you go 10 deep, that's when you reach about 68,000. It just goes. It's like an inverted poof. It's a pyramid upside down. Bang. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But the thing with Trump is, I get his point. You know, these states might not be getting affected as much by the whole thing. However, it's like you're saying there, it's a house of cards. As soon as you take the bottom card away in that house of cards, the whole lot comes tumbling down. It's crazy.
I could tell you exactly what
Hmm.
he's doing in the
Okay.
simplest way. From my perspective, I see it as he is about to go through another voting. He
Yep.
doesn't want to lose a vote,
Yep.
so he has to love both sides.
Maybe these are swing states for him. I don't know, or maybe they're. I don't know
We're the
what how
biggest.
Minnesota or
Ours is the
Michigan.
biggest. He sh- I think ours is like freaking. It's ours is like stupid amount worth or something.
And is your
I don't
state
like our I
Republican
don't like that.
or is it
Me?
Dem-
Oh, I was a what is it called? The one that's in the middle. Libertarian. Normally,
libertarian? I see.
normally a
Oh,
libertarian. Yeah.
very
I
cool.
I'm basically I go with what I see as um what's best in the end. If they can just wow me at the last second too, even that'll swing my vote, kind of thing. I just want to see
Um,
results sometimes.
at the end of the day, you vote. You've got every right to vote who you want to vote for, and everybody's allowed to have their opinion. And your opinion should never stop you from being friends with somebody else, unless they vote for Boris Johnson or Donald Trump. Then they can just piss off,
And
right?
right before you vote, they allow you to switch. Like the moment before you vote, you can switch into any party if you
What
don't
you have to
like
be
the
a
party
member of
you're
a
in.
party actually to vote for them.
I got to do that because I didn't know any of the names on the list I was on,
Okay.
so I switched to a different ballot the moment before I voted. Um,
You,
I think it's
you're voting
for the
in
like the
America.
real vote, like the pure
Uh-huh.
vote. I think that one has to be like that one's has to be whatever you chose.
I've been told to keep it civil tonight by Shady because she's reminded me that my mum's on, so I have to do less swearing. But my mum hears me swear all the time. She knows my potty mouth. She grew up she raised me. It's her fault.
Like
Ah,
a
I wouldn't take your
sailor.
mum. I wouldn't take your mum. No, you guys seem to have a very complex voting system, and compared to what we have over here, we go to a voting booth when it's a general election, and we put one cross in a box beside the candidate for the party that we want that is part of our constituency. So we have like 650 sort of like say um, geographical plots on the map that each one of those 650 plots has a representative at the Houses of Parliament. So you vote for somebody within that area that is basically for you, okay, that you want. So I vote for Joanna Cherry, who is my representative for the Scottish Nationalist Party, or sorry, the Scottish National Party, not Nationalist Party. It's the National Party, and so I put my cross in, and if she wins the seat, she then goes to represent me and who we voted for at the House of Parliament. So then they count up all the votes, all the people that got in, and whichever party has the most members of Parliament sent to the Houses of Parliament from winning the seats in that constituency becomes a government. So it's quite straightforward. It's called a first past the post system.
I
But
like that so much more.
well, no,
Uh,
it's not really, because more people will vote against the people coming into power that go in that don't go. So you could have
uh,
Joanna Cherry winning with 40% of the vote in the constituency. All right. You could have the winning party having, say, 38% of the actual votes cast, but more than 50% of the seats gained
Wait,
in the
see,
House.
ours is kind of like that. They can lose the people's vote, but win the electoral college vote, and that wins. So it makes the God. It's like it
I
makes
put my
some
hand,
people's vote not count.
yeah, that's where I'm putting my hands up. When people start to talk about the electoral college in America, it's
Yeah,
like,
I
stop.
don't know much. I
I
don't know
don't get
much
it.
about
I
it.
don't
I
get
don't
it.
like it in my
I don't
head.
get it.
It's confusing.
But
So
this has come from
yeah,
thinking maybe that Minnesota, Michigan, and Virginia might be swing states for Boris, and not for
yeah,
Boris, for Trump. But at the end of the day, people will do what
I'm
they
just
want to do
thinking.
no matter what. They will do whatever they want to do, Cognac,
Mm,
and there's nothing we can do about that. Absolutely nothing,
yeah.
nothing at all.
But it's all good because
We're going to move on.
we could do what
What?
we do,
What's that?
and they don't even know
Oh
what that
yeah,
is. We don't even know what that is. It's just on the flat, and you never know what we're gonna do.
it's just the way it goes. We have somebody saying hi from Facebook. Adam, hi Adam. Hope you're well, brother. Thank you for joining us tonight. Give us a little follow on Facebook and a wee bit of a hearty, lovey like thing. We like that. And Michael Balhari has given me a bit of love on Facebook as well. He is another old friend of mine living in America. I hope that your lockdown over there, Mike, is not as bad as some other places. We'll be thinking of you, brother, in all the good ways. Right, we are going to head across now and do COVID idiots of the day. So let's play the jingle for COVID idiots and get on with that bit. You're not a COVID idiot. You're a good man. Split second. Was that a split second for you? This jingle is supposed to be like 4 or 5 seconds long. I'm playing it again because I don't believe that that came up properly. Hold on. That's better. Second time round, I got most of the jingle. I don't know why it's doing that. Um, Barry Smith is saying that Michael Balhari is a Wookiee. It's true. My friend Mike in America has manly hair in ways that would make Chewbacca jealous. It's great. You know who Chewbacca is.
I got
Don't look at.
13
I don't
chest.
even
I
see
got
your
13
hair.
chest hairs.
You have 13 chest hairs. When we finally meet, I'm going to pull one out and keep it in a frame so you can go around saying, I used to have 13 chest hairs. So Mojack's happy, pulled one out. He's got it in a frame in his living room. Okay. Don't even think about sending me one because if you ever said to me after sending one that you've got 13, I wonder where that one originally came from. You naughty boy. Right. We are going to look at an article that is called 35 Times People Were Spotted being pretty much idiots. Hang on. 35 times people spotted others acting like morons during the outbreak and shared the pictures online. Some of these are quite funny. Some of these are from America. Some of these are from other parts of the world. But we'll bring it up onto the big screen just now so we can all look at it. Let's have a quick look. Yes, there it is. It's come up. Fantastic. Right. So, stupid mask at the this is, I don't think this one has a picture, it's just a comment, but at the grocery store wearing my mask, the lady behind me snarky and loud enough to make sure that I heard, don't guess she realizes that that stupid mask won't do any good. I replied, honey, I'm an off-duty nurse. I'm wearing it to protect you, but I can take it off if you like. She practically ran. Nice one, Nursey. Nice one. We shouldn't be taking the piss or being horrible to our emergency services at all. They are good people working in a tough environment. It's crazy to think that that's the case, man. It's crazy. Right. Next little one, and we'll try and get through the 35 as quickly as we can and not have us on for like an hour and a half last night, like we were last night. This is great. Well, thank goodness the virus can't move sideways. Wait till you see it watch the ATMs. Yes. 2 meters apart. My ass. Side by side. In my store, it's like every second checkout that's open, I believe. I don't know whether
Well, you
that's
know what
true or
I'm
not. I'm
always
not
scared of? If you don't sanitize
but
your card before you stick it in the machine, so the thing they say is it sticks to plastic for 3 days, right? So that means anyone who's touched their card that was sick now has a
uh-huh.
card that has it for 3 days. And every machine it
Yep.
slides into is also plastic and metal parts. That's 3 more days for every
That's very
machine
true.
that touches
Very
every
true.
card that slides
Mhm.
through it.
Very true.
My
Let
my
me
my
say,
my
well,
yeah. My vision here was
let
that
me say,
it was the consumers here that got the best of it.
does anybody clean their phone after going shopping? Not just your card, your phone. Think about it. You take your cell phone with you wherever you go, right? What's that
And
made
you
of?
set it
Metal and
down.
plastic.
I've set it down. You're right.
Yeah, of course you have. Yeah, totally. You're a carrier, man. You're a carrier. You've got the virus. You've got it, man. Quick, somebody phone 911. Cognag has the virus. He has the virus. Crazy man. No, my wife comes back from the shops with her
Mm,
cell phone,
mm.
and it's part of her decontamination protocol coming into the house. She will go and wash your hands. Okay, she will go and hang on up here. She'll go and wash her hands. I'm doing the actions, you see, and then she'll take a disinfectant wipe and clean her phone as well. All right, we have, because of my depleted immune system, we have quite strict protocols. It's not so bad if we're going to the garden or anything like that, but if if any of the kids venture further than the path out onto the street, which they've not yet, okay, then it's straight back to the house and follow the strict protocols. If they're just in the garden, they come up, take their shoes off, take their outdoor clothes off, wash their hands, put indoor clothes on. That's cool. And what they don't realize, what daddy's doing when they all go to sleep, is I'm going around with a bucket of hot soapy water, cleaning the door handles, cleaning all the push surfaces, things like that. Okay, that gets done twice a day, and our hands get washed God knows how many times a day. It's yeah. Shady's saying wash your hands after. Absolutely, come back from the shops, you wash your hands after. Come back from the shops. I don't have to. My wife's got my bank card just now, which is, I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but she's using my bank card just now, so it will get wiped down as well before I get it back. But let's crack on with the 35 times people have been spotted being dicks, basically. Right, so yeah, 2 meters apart, losers. All the beans at my local grocery store are gone except this one, Corona beans. Do people actually think that?
Wait, what?
I mean,
What? Corona beans?
Corona beans. Look, all the beans have gone except Corona beans.
No one
What the
wants to
fuck?
touch Corona beans.
Yeah, it's like, where is it? Later on, you'll see later on, it's the same with the fucking beer. Excuse me, but stupid. Let's speak to
Oh,
stupid a little
man.
bit more. I like this one. Do you know how we're supposed to wear gloves while we go shopping? Check this dude out. He's on his phone. Where the fuck is his glove? It's in his mouth.
That's
No,
so
man, satellite
gross.
delay to the brain fog, Nag. You know, we need to get you Wi-Fi'd up, man. We need to get like a proper what's it called? Nice
Wow.
laser
That's
beam going down a fiber optic cable. That was a delay. That was a delay.
as
What
bad as I
what an
didn't even
idiot!
my
Though.
eyes are getting bad. That's like sticking money in your mouth. Like a
Do you know what the
what?
funny thing
I
is?
mean,
Nobody else saw your reaction there apart from me. I'm looking at you in the green room while that's up on the screen, and I can see you. I don't know if can you see me, or is it just
he
no? You
literally
can't.
is
Right,
like
okay.
the best. I don't know if they can hear me at least, but the freaking all I picture
Yeah,
is
I can hear you.
if he gets it, the claim will have to be that he caught it by fingering his mouth with Corona. And
That
at
was
least
almost
it was a
coffee down
rubber
there.
glove. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I
But
just,
yeah,
oh,
Shady says this.
God.
I agree. What twat? Eh? What an idiot! You gotta
Yeah.
laugh at people, man. You
He
gotta
probably
laugh at
shook
them.
people's hands with that glove, probably.
Absolutely. And he probably
Oh,
kissed his wife with his lips afterwards as well.
oh
Because
no, yeah, yeah, you know.
there you go. This is number 4. It says just your typical Walmart shopper. Thanks, man. My company's owned by Walmart. Jesus. Somebody's rooftop party is about to get raided by the cops. That is amazing. The virus can't get us up here. Yeah, but we fucking can,
Oh
says the
wow,
cops. We're
the
going to come up
virus can't
there
get us.
and we're going to bust you up. Sorry, you can't be doing that. No. Went to the shops last night. Every aisle had been picked clean apart from this. People are idiots. Again, it's up there with the beans. Can you see that one, Cognite?
Yeah.
Just check it. You know, that's
Oh man.
insane. It's insane. Someone tells the snorkel lady that it won't work. Can you believe somebody did this? Look, she is there, and here's a close up. That's not going to stop the virus, sweetheart. It really isn't. You know, all it'll do is stop shit going in your eyes. Wow.
Just, that's like the
Is that
dude
not
who
just...
taped his beard up over his mouth.
Yeah, no, that was genius. That looked great. You have to admit, he looked like some sort of little, I don't know what, but he looked like something. It was a bit insane. But
Oh man.
this woman here, bless her cotton socks, thinks that wearing a snorkel in the supermarket is the right
Snorkel.
thing to do. Nah, way crazy. Somebody decided to take 5,000 Canadian dollars and disinfect it in the microwave.
Oh no!
Isn't that
What?
great?
Oh,
Yeah,
did it
crazy.
work?
Can you imagine taking that to that? By the way, I microwaved my Legos
Oh
today.
man!
Can you exchange it? That's mental. Um, to make this safe, that how does that make it safe? Everybody's still touching it on the outside to get to it. It's just mental. So if you
Um.
want to go to any of the floors, you're still pushing where everybody else has gone and pushed. All it means is the buttons on the inside of the bag are clean, but the
Yeah,
part
and
where
then
people are pushing on the outside are not clean.
what's even
Bunch
worse is like
of
I've seen a group of people. So the street lights. Let's just say there's if you can't press it with your hand, let's kick it, kind of thing. So people are also pressing buttons with their feet as opposed to their hands and their elbows because they can have their shoes. So then you're also
yeah,
touching that too. It's all fun. It's so much fun.
yeah. It is. It is. Shady just said, I wonder if some of these people are just being silly. Yeah, I agree. With completely with you, Shady. I think some people do this absolutely just for fun. And there's things that I used to do on Vine and Byte that were just for fun. Just those sort of things as well. I mean that there with the lift thing, that's the sort of thing I would do for to take a photograph. What's this? 5G death science. Viruses don't exist. 5G is death science. Oh my god. What the fuck? I don't even think that's remotely funny.
Wait,
If you can't smell it,
someone put that on their license plate.
yeah, no, that is that person's license plate. But look, viruses don't exist. 5G to death.
Oh
That's and the what's that says 5G to death equals science. Wow. Wow. That's it's just stupid. If you can't smell it, you can't get it. That is a brilliant face mask.
That's pretty cool. I like the statement too. If you can't smell it, you can't.
You can't get it. It's crazy. Here we go. The woman in the is the chair of the Congressional Coronavirus Task Force, and this is how she wears her medical mask. Dun dun dun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's clever. Wow. Some people. So my work had a meeting today about the importance of social distancing. That can't possibly be real. That's somebody just taking a Mickey. To shield the face. Yeah. Does somebody tell them that they're not shielding their hair, that they have to wear them round the other way? That can't possibly
Oh,
be true.
that's funny. That's like the
Check
old
that.
guy that was seen in the store here with the cones that go around the flowers, the plastic cones that you get at the supermarket.
Yeah.
And an old guy put
Yeah, yeah.
one really bound around his head, so it was all the way
Some
up to here.
people.
So he had like a big cylindrical clear cone around his whole head, and it was just like a
Oh man,
yeah, it's like a
I
stack,
swear. I
like a
swear, I
chimney.
swear, I swear. Some people are just crazy. Just crazy.
It's
Right.
just
Yes, move on to the next one. What we've got. This guy was eating his food wearing the same gloves he's been wearing since he walked in.
oh,
What? Can you why
yummy.
do people that whether or not that's true, it's a meme, it's funny, it's like
Well, it's great
something to
because I
wake
can't
up
tell if
to.
he's eating off the glove or if he's licking off the glove, like there was sauce on
Yeah. Can you imagine? That's just insane. Let's move on. She's wearing a mesh beekeeper type helmet. I'm not sure if she gets the point. Maybe she's just wearing it for fun. You know? I don't know. Like I can't even zoom in on that, but around there, she's got a beekeeper's mesh going on. Social gathering at St Kilda Beach today. Practice social distancing.
it.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes, you can. Great big sign saying so. And look, you look at the look on this family's face. I mean, they're a household. They're not bound by the same rules because they're living in the same house. This must be a big ass family. A big ass family. Crazy. Crazy people. People are so crazy. How to protect yourself from coronavirus. Yep, another guy eating, wearing gloves. Loser. Loser, loser, loser. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of our meatpacking plant, while talking about the plant safety processes during the virus. Yep, he again, it's like one of those masks that don't fit over the nose. Good stuff. How to put your mask on correctly. Oh my God. I'm
Is
just
that a
insane.
bandana? It wore like a bandana.
No, no, that's a mask, man. Look, that's the blue of the
No, I
mask. You can
know,
see
but
the stuff.
it's are they wearing it on their head?
Yeah,
Oh, see my yeah. Okay,
yeah, it's
all right.
crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
What a maniac. Maniac. I don't think she knows what quarantine means.
Um,
All right, missed you. Thanks for quarantining with me for the day. For the day, losers. Okay, to protect against COVID-19. What's that? A Santa mask. Very good. No, that's just silly. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner doesn't seem to understand how to put on a medical, but it seems to be a recurring theme with people allowing it to slip off their noses. Wow, it was painful watching this happen. Hang on, what is it? Wearing all right, he's leaning on his face with his gloves on. Right, very good. What is the point? Did you know, right? Just so you understand. Oh my God, right? Just so you understand, right? On average, we look. I'm doing it now, and you've just done it now as well. Okay, you touch your face. On average, it can be like up. I think it's 6 or 7 times in a minute. Sometimes, depending on
that's why
what
I
time you
started
do
wearing
it.
the big shielders
You know,
because I
um,
actually
you
like
know,
to do that. So now I can actually hit the glasses instead.
it's a human thing, isn't it? It is. So, what's the point
I
in
need
wearing
to.
gloves if you're going to touch your face? You know. Shady's
Oh,
saying so many experts running around. How are we getting new cases? Yep, all these wonderful people doing the wrong things. Right there, crazy. Yep. Thanks for Magnus is saying thanks for quarantining with me for the day is quality meme material. It certainly is. Quarantining with me for the day. Ah man, I just don't get people. They're just idiots. Idiots, idiots, idiots. Right, moving on. We're at 25. We're almost there. We're almost there. No, I don't use my nose to breathe. Loser. Losers. I don't believe this is proper glove wearing protocol. People again eating with their gloves on. What? Protesters against quarantine back at the Ohio State House. There you go. Lovely. Open Ohio. We want our rights back. Well, do you want to keep your fucking life, mate? All right? Just for a wee while. In fact, no, don't bother. Open the state for those people. Open the state and let them all hang out together. Let's just do the world a favor. I mean, really. There they are. There. What's wrong with these people? There's not many of them. It's not going to make that much of a dent in the population. You know? Crazy. Wife said I'm said to wear a mask in public areas. That's genius. I
awesome!
would wear that mask. Yeah, I've got a
Green
great
Lantern.
mask up there. I'm gonna wear a mask tomorrow night for the show. I've got a great mask.
Superheroes don't catch
I was
viruses.
gonna wear. No, they don't. Neither do murder bunnies. Broom just like reacted to my murder bunny thing. She doesn't like my murder bunny mask. I'll get my murder bunny mask down in a minute. Um, where did we get to? Right, 30. Good to know coronavirus only travels forward and backwards. Yeah, there we go. That's one of those ones
In
where
time.
they've got to stand in a queue and with the lines. Yeah, crazy people. Honestly, is this good? Here we go. 31. There was an attempt to use a mask again. People are just rubbish. Um, N95's filtering improves if you wear it as a headband. Look, why are you wearing the mask up there? See, when I wore my mask at work, okay, I'll be honest with you, I wore it out in the public areas. But when I was in the warehouse, when there was only going to be me in the warehouse or some one other person, I took the mask off. right? Now, that to me puts me up in the bracket of a corona idiot because, just because there wasn't any people there at that particular moment, doesn't mean that somebody's just left that area and sneezed that could have potentially left droplets hanging in the air or hanging on surfaces. So I should have a picture of myself in here as well. 33, I don't think this is how it works. Quarantine time with friends. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait,
That
with
was
friend.
insane.
That's what's been going. That happened for 2 days next door to us. I was kind of like tripping out on that for a second. Party
Nah,
people.
that's just silly. That's just I'm trying to reach my
Yeah.
murder bunny just now. Hold on a second. No, it's insane.
Oh man. So there are people just get it. Yeah, it happens. I guess people just they have to.
No, they do. People are crazy losers, man, doing stupid things like that. Let's quarantine. What was the headline again? Let's quarantine time with friends.
Yeah.
Friday. Crazy. He's a little confused, but he got the spirit. Ah, see, look, he doesn't have a mask, but he does have his hand over his mouth. Maybe somebody farted. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just checking his breath.
Seen today in the Atlanta airport, babies in comforter bags. Oh my God.
Wait.
That truly
Oh.
actually a baby in a plastic
Uh,
bag. I mean,
Um.
for God's sake, that just cannot be possible. Is that for real?
Um. Well. Wait. A comforter. Oh, because they have like the way they're built. The case. I guess if you put a
It, it,
hole in it,
it's,
you could
it
use
just
it
looks
like an
like a
incubation.
plastic
Like they're.
bag over their head.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is 35.
Uh.
35 for it all, you know? I couldn't find the
Yeah.
murder button. Okay, so I'll put something else on. Okay, here we go.
Oh man, what are people doing?
There's no murder bunny mask, man. I had to put the different one on.
Is a is a. Oh wait, what the? What?
Yeah, yeah, totally. This is uh this is my Batman mask. This is
That
it.
that's gold.
It is.
That's
It's no. It's rubber, mate. If it was gold, it would be fucking heavy as fuck, right? But yeah,
I mean
totally.
I mean that's
It's a good
there's
mask. But
I don't know
it's
why
it.
you haven't done videos with that thing on, man. That I mean that's a whole
I
different
saw it on
captive
eBay for
audience.
£5. It was on eBay for a fiver, and I had to buy it. I had a pair of
Wait,
matching gloves as well.
that's
You know,
awesome. $5.
yeah, it totally. I need to get the rest of the outfit to go with it. But it's awesome. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. It does the job. It does the job. But it's great fun when you answer the door as if you've just come out the shower with a towel around you and the Batman mask on. I do that as often as I possibly can. I get a great
And then you
reaction.
stand there and you go, I'm Batman.
I'm taking a shower. What do you want?
Oh, see, yeah, like, dude, that was perfect. Nice.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The
Well
one thing
played.
is my headphones do not grip on it because it's sliding. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take it off. See, the thing is, I must be Batman because you've never actually seen a picture of me and Batman together. Holy shit! What was that? Is that your cat?
That was, yeah. She likes to. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna pop this open a little more so she can escape occasionally.
Good stuff.
It's good for her. She's the newest, the littlest, and
Mhm.
you know, if she can learn not to cry like a little sissy, because I've seen her do that sound you just made without them
Mhm.
touching her. Also, she'll do that at like a 5 foot distance while like sprawling in the air like a squirrel.
That's good.
It's her defense
Right.
mechanism.
Let us
Yeah.
have a quick look at the chit chat. Magnus, the last one I said, Magnus was talking about quarantining with me for the days. Quality meme material, absolutely. Shady agrees. Drop them all on in an idiot island. Listen, I'm all for that. let's just quarantine the absolute idiots. It's let's just keep them away. I don't understand.
I think there's a place we can tell them they've all been accepted onto a TV show called
Mm.
Fantasy Island.
They're remaking that actually, Fantasy Island, I believe.
Then they
Um,
should totally make that the premise.
yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the Fantasy Island you're thinking about, though, mate.
with
Okay,
the little guy and
oh
the
yeah,
island.
Kato, the plane. You know, that's the one. Yeah, we know the guy. We like that show. Right, we're going to finish up with something in what we call the isolation games. Incidentally, that's become a fucking hashtag. I used that hashtag in something ages ago when we started this show, and now the Olympic team for Great Britain has jumped upon it. I believe on TikTok as well. Okay, they've jumped upon something that I actually put together. Like I think I did it on Instagram ages ago, and certainly did it on something else. But they've stolen my goddamn hashtag, you know, for their own nefarious purposes.
That's
But
perfect. Then jump
yeah,
on it. I mean,
yeah,
not jump
totally.
on it. It's yours. So just like now you have something that
Mhm.
will just kind of
Yeah, it'll be fun.
mesh. It'll mesh in together.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'll start putting isolation games into the evening tags for YouTube, and that'll be fun. But yeah, we've got. Let's play the isolation games jingle. Let's hope it works and doesn't go Speedy Gonzales on us, and then we will do something. There's something wrong with these jingles. They're taking far too. Excuse me, they're far too quick at putting everything down onto the internet for them. Well, from my point of view, when I look at them anyway. Right, yesterday I wanted to talk about sort of a couple of little mantras for people that are suffering from anxiety. There's a few of my friends that are that they suffer from depression, they suffer from anxiety, and this must be an incredibly tough time for them, Cognac. Um, you know, so whereas there is no one magic wand, one cure all for anxiety, because anxiety and depression comes in many forms, and where people can be in the same sort of like bubble as other people, they'll have different triggers and different feelings for these things. So you can't just label somebody and give them one certain cure. But there's certain things which have, you know, blanket wise, have a positive effect on people. And there's a lot of them are to do with like taking your brain and thinking in a more positive sort of direction and doing it sounds it's not like saying positive tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be happy. That's not what it's about. um it's more about sort of like being yourself and understanding what's going on with yourself, and being from an anxiety point of view, being in that moment and trying to transcend past that moment. When I suffered from anxiety, that's what worked for me. And there's a couple in here which I did. One of them was, it's called the I am phrase, and you start off by saying I am, and it sounds really cheesy and it sounds really stupid. Okay, but you start, if you're feeling it coming on, you say things like you breathe and you go breathe in and you're thinking I am when you breathe in, and when you breathe out you say a word which you know makes you take a direction less along the path of your anxiety attack. Okay, you might have to force yourself to do it. So it would be like, in I am, out I am patience, patience. I am love. I am compassion. I am those things. Or if you know, if somebody is, if your trigger, there's a lot of people on Instagram that I know that suffer from anxiety, and they get a lot of hate, and the hate that they get can trigger panic attacks and things, you know.
You can change that
And
to an I am not.
yeah, well, no, instead of saying I am not ugly or I am not
Mm,
whatever the product of the hate is, you take the opposite. You have to do the positive, because if you say I
Uh,
am not that, you're not reinforcing the positive. So but the thing is, it doesn't really matter. It sounds stupid. It doesn't really matter what you're saying. The physical connection to the world by breathing is the most important thing in this stage. Okay, if you're having an anxiety attack, it can develop into a full-blown panic attack, and a panic attack can leave symptoms and traces the same as a heart attack does in your body. You're still actually having a heart attack, but the symptoms can be the same. A crushing chest feeling, but you don't have a
and it
heart
really
attack.
can be brought on by the pace of your breath. You're right. That
Yeah,
that whole,
it's
like, someone who
so.
isn't even who's someone who's never even had a panic attack or anxiety
Uh-huh,
could just
uh-huh.
go into a fast pace like
Yep,
ventilation breathing, and they
yep,
might induce it and not even know what they're feeling.
yeah, yeah. But the anxiety, but I'm not an expert. I'm only going on what worked for me. So if there's people that are watching this just now or watching it back, I let me just say right now, I am not an expert on what you're going through. I'm an expert on what I went through. Okay, so I can only relate what I went through. I am not qualified to give you advice in any manner or form, but I can tell you what worked for me. I can tell you what pushed me away from depression, and what why I went. I could talk about this in the human condition. I'll tell you my story about depression in the human condition, but I can tell you why I came off my medication by myself, and went through 3 months of hell as my body adjusted to not having the chemicals in my body anymore. But that's just a whole other story. But that I am thing worked for a friend of mine who is an Instagram model, and she gets a ridiculous amount of hate. And it wasn't a case of her saying I am beautiful. It was like a case of her saying I am normal, because people would give her a lot of love. That would also trigger it. She would think they're only saying these things because they want into my pants. They're only saying these things because they want me to be their friend, because I'm this
I that
sort of a
second one.
doll. You know, um,
uh,
there's other ones as well. I'm not going to go through them all, but
uh,
the
cool. But
the
I
the,
do
the
like
I
your
am one.
version. I do like the way you deal with yours. I don't know how to.
Mhm.
Um,
I don't suffer anymore from it,
I
Cognac. I've not suffered for
oh
years.
well, that's it's
Mhm.
cool.
Mhm.
So I still do a little bit. I started retaking the lithium once a day to kind
Mhm.
of help everything level out during this time. Um, but I guess I don't know how to describe it, but I guess it would be the same as I had to learn how to silver line like everything. A silver
Mhm.
line
Mhm.
from A to B to C to D. There was always a way to silver line
Yeah.
somewhere, and that was my positive, was like, how could I literally, what am I going to connect this side to? There's got to be
Mhm.
something
Mhm.
that just makes me go, that's okay. I like that. I can deal with that.
Definitely, definitely. I'm like, I'm not this article talks about 9 different things. The most powerful one, though, I think, was the I am one. Um, and there's what was the other one? Um, there's one where it sounds stupid, acknowledging the good things. Okay, like thanking. It sounds stupid. Don't. I did a thanking one, because the depression side of people sometimes suffer not just from anxiety, not just from depression. It couples both. Anxiety is concern um, about the what ifs, and the depression is the kind of like the past. You start to be concerned more about the, oh god, I can't believe that, and you're on a downer. So I found to be grateful for the little things with depression. Like, in the worst case of my depression, I wouldn't get out of bed at all. I would get up, take my girlfriend to work, and come home and go back to bed. I would then get up again to go to the toilet, maybe once or twice, and then go home again. Sorry, go back to bed, and then go get up to go and pick her up and come back. And in between those times, I would just be in bed. I didn't want to do anything, but getting up and going to the toilet, it would sound something, it sounds really stupid. I'd be grateful for that little walk and try to build on the little things. This was at its peak. This is when it was at its worst. And then, I found as well that eventually when I got past all that, that taking a walk in amongst the green, leafy parts of nature in a wood, round a reservoir, around a lake, kind of helped to reset my brain. And when we move into talking about depression, anxiety, and Shady says as well, people can be so toxic. Yet toxic people are is something that I really want to talk about, because I think everybody rubs shoulders with toxic people at some point. And it's very important that we can identify these people. Okay, especially if you suffer from a depression or anxiety, because these people are catalysts for depression and anxiety. Toxic people might not even know that they're being toxic. Okay, the worst
Yeah.
ones are the ones that know. Okay, if you don't know that you're being toxic or being negative, horribly, we're talking aggressively negative. That's what toxicity is to me. And it's not just the negative side of it; it's the manipulative side of it. It's we could go into. I'm not going to go into it just now because it's a whole show that's being developed
Yes.
around being
Yeah.
toxic.
I'll be able to
Um,
give a
but
good little thing on that next time.
yeah, well, what we'll do is you and I will have a chat one day away from the show, okay, and to prepare it. You go if you want to prepare in advance, go and prepare examples of what toxic people are to you, okay, and then we'll put it into how the show works, right? Because toxic
Mm.
people are fucking shit, okay. I don't think that there's anybody in my life that has not been touched in some way by a by a toxic person, okay,
Yeah, you want to know
and
what my problem was, though? Just real quick.
what? Go on.
Some people said I was just a glutton for punishment. I was the friend that knew I had a toxic group that had conglomerated some,
Totally.
and they all met up
Totally.
together over time through school. So now my problem was I used to think that if I showed them reciprocity every day,
Uh-huh.
and this happened for years, that one day
Mm-hmm.
I would see them notice and change and
Mm-hmm.
be happier. And um, one to two of them, I will say, did change, and that made me happy. But they not a lot, but enough to actually see the toxicity and get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
rest of them still actually, like to this day, do all conglomerate together. But they were they were my they were friends I've known since grade school, and they just somehow all got they just all knew each other at one point, and I entered that situation, and
Yeah.
that and I will say I gave 2.5 years of the best friendship I could, and I
Mm-hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
willing to, knowing what the outcome was. I did it
That's
knowing that
crazy.
I was going to suffer a little bit for trying that hard.
That's
And
crazy.
after that, though, it totally wore me out. I totally haven't had a.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't even like you. To be honest, Bojack, actually like literally my. Besides people on Bite, you're my first like actual new group of friends that created a group of friends that I really enjoy. So
Wow.
that's freaking awesome.
Listen, that touches me, man. I consider myself to be a people person. I like people. It's one of the reasons I want to do a whole program dedicated to humanity, both the positive side of our natures and the negative side of our natures. And it's one of the things Radio Apocalypse is going to move into greatly, is human nature, the human condition, and that's going to be everything apart. Things like mental illness to incredibly positive things like incredible gurus, yoga people, people that live alternative lifestyles, and so on and so forth. But we're going to start. I'm just about finished putting all the work together for producing a live show and some content. But the content part of it, I need to be able to. I'm going to experiment on my day off from streaming tomorrow with Streamlabs and try and work that out and do a couple of test streams using just my laptop again to see if I don't burn out the processor in the process. But I'd like to be able to. It just allows me to create the content and click a button for a 5-minute video that I've made to come up. and I can't do the human element until I can do that. Right, I can't do it, and it's kind of waiting there in the wings to do it, and it's really important to me. It's a labor of love to be able to pass on my experiences and knowledge, and there's so many other people that want to be involved with this, which is a very positive thing. But let me quickly get back on topic with the mantra side of things. That every mantra, there's ones that I'll just read out all nine. Okay, it's things to say. It's like, I am powerful, I deserve every powerful thing. It's not about you, all is well, thank you. The thank you one I talked about. The calm down, we'll come back to the calm down one. You are lovable, and what can I see and experience today will thrill and amaze me. Okay, all these things sound incredibly cheesy, right? But you take away the words and put any words in place of it. Like, you could say, rainbows are unicorn farts. Okay, you could say anything, but you bring it in with a breath and out with a breath for anxiety. It's about getting the person to physically calm down. The words are important because that brings the brain back and the thought process back to focus on something. Um, I worked with some kids in a place down in Newcastle when I lived in Newcastle, some aggressive kids. And we used to use a technique when they started to get aggressive. We would say, um, find five green things in a room. Okay. And it was designed to take their focus away what they were attacking mentally already. It would say, like, find five green things in a room, and they'd go, the walls, the carpet, that plate there says no. You're just pointing them out. You have to say the wall is green, the cup is green, your socks are green, because it took their focus away. It was a mental thing. It's the same with dealing with the physical aspects of an anxiety attack. Um, Listening to people helps greatly. I found as well with my friend that does a bit of internet modeling. She could get the breathing right, but she couldn't get the focus on her mind right. So she would phone me, and I would talk to her, and we would talk about, I would sort of like say, just listen to my voice and match your breathing to my voice going in and my voice coming. I would get her breathing first of all, then I would start speaking to her, and I would not ask her any questions. And as you can imagine, I can talk for hours. So I could talk her down by just talking shit. Okay, it would be like, so do you know what I did today? And I would talk to her about what I cooked and everything like that, and it would just take her mind away from things. So I don't want to go any further for there, because the content part of the when we launch with the human condition, I need to make a really cool jingle for that. That will be broken up into different sections, but there'll be different sections each week as well. Like, we'll try and keep it on a topic throughout the whole of the 45-minute show I'm planning. Let's have a quick look at what the chat said about toxic people. First of all, Barry and Shady were talking about fish, because Barry's puns are always there and they're very, very funny. Shady didn't think they were punny at all. What was it? I was trying to think of fish puns, but couldn't think of anything. If you can think of one, let me know. If I had a cricket button here, I would have a cricket button playing.
Wait, someone wanted a fish joke or a fish pun?
No. It's Barry. Barry comes out with shit jokes all the time. I love him for it. You know, he's a good man. He's just he's got.
I was gonna say, if he wants a fish pun, I'll give him a fish pun.
Go on.
Well, I mean, do you like fish sticks?
Me personally, I've
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
And
fish.
I mean,
sticks are fine.
do you like the taste of fish sticks in your mouth?
Fish sticks
Hmm.
can
Fish
be
sticks in your
delicious
mouth.
if seasoned properly. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then
Where are
you're
we
a
going
gay
with it?
fish.
What? What did you say? I'm a what?
A gay fish.
A
You,
gay
you like
fish.
you like fish sticks in your mouth.
Oh, right, very funny, right? That's why I was going fish
Yeah, 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 I know. You
I was
totally
going
played
with
me good.
yeah, totally, man. You can't do that to me. Yeah, so Barry's not punny at all, and yeah, then he followed that up with saying it's not the place to be doing this. I suppose place being
Yeah.
a fish.
Sometimes you gotta break out the classics, though. It's another form of haha. Get the
Yeah, very much so. Then we basically they were Shady started to bring up things about back on topic with people being toxic. I think that the Toxic People show will be something that people will be able to relate to greatly, and I want it to be done properly. So I don't want to be hanging around with it. So it's going to be made together and made properly. Um, Barry says he's been related to many of these toxic people. Shady agrees, and also she's cut off family ties, or well, it's not family ties. She only keeps the ties together with her own family directly. Um, these jokes are trout out of order. They're trout of Barry. You need to stop these shit jokes.
trout of order.
Trout of
The whole
order.
thing is trout of order. Slam a
That's
salmon on the table.
at least he's consistent. He says, and that's true. Barry, thank you for your side chat tonight. It's been epic. And let me thank everybody else that's joined us today. We've gone over time again because I've got a tendency to ramble, which is not a bad thing. We're gonna stay off tomorrow. No Radio Apocalypse on a Saturday, simply because I need time off to create content as well. However, if anybody comes across any interesting articles or anything at all, I will be back on Sunday morning with the Sunday Papers edition, and then depending on my younger brother, if we're doing a serial killer Sunday on his channel or not. Barry, would you stop carping on about it? That's just shit. I can't believe that. Carping on. Oh dear God. Carp being another fish. Oh man, I can't believe that. That's just awful. Awful. I swear to God. But yeah, if you've got any articles or anything you want me to discuss, or any ideas for the show that you want me to include, or even if you want to be part of the human condition and talk about your experiences, get in touch through the Discord. You can go to www.radioapocalypse.live to find all our links. I can see that now. How cool is that? Go to radioapocalypse.live to get our links. Woohoo! Oh, Barry. Oh my God. Another one? I swear to God. He has a book full of them. I'm sure he does. That's shocking. Listen, everybody, thank you. I'm going to go now before Shady reaches down through the internet and throttles Barry. Back on Sunday, definitely with the newspapers, in and out of Discord all day tomorrow. So if you want to chat, you want anything, message me there, and we'll spread the word. Share my video, my 1-minute video that's on YouTube, on your social medias. Let's grow the audience. Let's grow the community. But our Discord is there for anybody that wants to join it. If I know who you are and you join it, you will immediately go to tier 3 and can interact with all the voice chats and things. If I don't know who you are, we'll do a little bit of interacting first of all in the welcome room till we get to know you a bit better. So we're just not bringing idiots into the community straight away. But anything you want to say before we go, Cognac?
I guess for your song that you're gonna do for your next opening, your next segment, your new segment,
Sure.
just make sure to add a lot of bass. You gotta drop the bass. That was one more for Barry
Drop the
and
bat.
his fish
Hey,
puns.
Barry. Oh my God. Wait now. Shady's just said, okay, just for the halibut, I will try one. Oh God almighty.
Just for the
That's
halibut, I'll
outrageous.
try one.
Just for the
That's great.
halibut. That's shocking. And we're going to drop the bass a bit as well. Did you say there, Cognac? Yeah. I can't get away. Magnus, thank you for joining us tonight. I do a wee show every morning, usually as well at 9:20, but I take the Saturdays off to make content and be with the fam. But you're welcome to join us anytime. And listen, please drop me a wee message. Tell me what's going on in Iceland, or if you want to come on the show, I will send you a link. All you need is a smartphone and a Wi-Fi connection to come on the show, and then you'll be all cool. But it'd be lovely to see you again, brother. Thank you for joining us tonight, Magnus. Thank you, Shady. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, everybody that joined us. Who else is still on? We have, it's all the YouTube family. So Shady, Barry, Magnus, who else is there? I can't see. Maybe my mum. I think my mum might still be on. She's just not getting included in the chat. I don't blame her. It's not been funny at all. It's I can't believe that I was brought in and put on the hook for those fish jokes. It was shocking. Right. Oh, yes, I went there. I had to do one. Good. Thanks, Magnus. And I will see you all soon. I am going to play the outro. And Cognac, you stay in the green room, and I'll see you in a minute, brother. Thank you, everybody. You're amazing. We are ending the stream.